Hello everyone, in this video I'm gonna attempt to beat Slay the Spire with the vintage modifier on that makes all normal enemies drop relics instead of cards. It seems simple and easy at first, but keep in mind we're not gonna get many cards, which is gonna be an issue probably, so I'm gonna go for Ascension 0 with the Necro Binder, and of course we're gonna have a ton of fun as usual. Now my game plan is to fight normal enemies as much as I can, but also visit shops every now and then to pick up some cards because we do need them, and maybe going to the middle here and just going upwards would be a nice idea. Let's give it a go because there's an early shop there. I also want to mention that when I turned on the vintage modifier, I got also the defect cards modifier. I don't know why that is, but maybe there's a particular relic that gives you some defect stuff. Do I have enough damage? Yes, I do. Let me see the first relic. Pantograph at the start of each boss fight, heal 25 HP. That is not bad. I feel like that's decent. Obviously, I'm looking for some more game-changing options, not just a basic max HP or heal up, because we are not gonna have a lot of cards and it might be a little more difficult to beat harder fights. For our second relic, we have Mercury Hourglass. At the start of your turn, deal 3 damage to all enemies. That is actually pretty good. Now let's see the goods. I want to see something good. Now of course we're gonna see some defect cards, which makes it a little worse, and I don't know why I'm getting these, but whatever, we're just gonna have to deal with it. I guess Fetch is a nice card to go for an Osti build, and perhaps that's the main idea. I feel like we gotta pick up something here, so I'm just gonna go for Fetch and hopefully get more Osti cards. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot more gold, but it is what it is. Maybe in question marks we can actually get some better things. Upgrade to random cards doesn't feel that great. I guess we can remove a card to increase the consistency a little bit, perhaps like a strike or defend. Let me go for a strike first because I want to be more defensive for now. Alright, third relic is Anchor, which is not bad. It's actually pretty decent to protect our Osti this way, and I find it to be kind of a cool idea to have. Now we're gonna go for another enemy because I want to get more relics. We have Energy Potion. That is a pretty good potion, and Bag of Preparation is also phenomenal. We actually got some phenomenal things here. Now let me smith a card, and I'm probably gonna have to smith the Fetch, you know, because it's just a nice card in general. And I guess we're going to the right side here and avoiding the elite because we don't have a deck really. I don't want to force a lot of hard fights because if we get like a nasty elite that are multiple enemies and stuff, I'm probably gonna lose to it, you know. It's just not ideal to face them now. Let's see. Swift Potion, not bad. Brower Hat is actually something that I am looking for. I really want to get more gold to buy more cards in general. Our next relic is Unsettling Lamp. Each combat, the first time you play a card that debuffs, double its effect. That's not bad for more of a Doom build. I don't know if it's gonna come in handy here, but we'll see, I guess. Alright, Touch of Insanity and Vajra. That is something that I am definitely gonna appreciate, and I love it. And now let's visit the second shop. Here we have Claw. This is, I mean, I don't know, I guess it's kind of decent, but I don't know if I should pick it here. Maybe if we get some hand cards, it might be pretty good. And a Claw Hand Osti type of build could be interesting, but I feel like that's a little excessive to expect. I don't really want to go for the Claw build. I feel like that is a little unnecessary, and it's gonna require us to go on a bit of a side quest to obtain a bunch of draw cards and hand cards, and it just doesn't work for our strategy that well. Yeah, no, actually going for a tank Osti is probably a good idea. Lantern, start each combat with an extra energy. I'll take it. That's a nice relic as well. I'm definitely seeing some potential here. Bronze Chaos is kind of decent as well. I'll take it. And now I'm probably gonna submit a card. I don't think we need to heal up. We have 51 HP. We should be good for the boss. This is Ascension 0 after all. Let's see. So we're gonna go with Fetch here, and now my game plan is to stack on a lot of summons before I attack with my Osti further, and also we can do this and this, I guess. We have 3 potions. I don't know how many of them I really need to use here. I guess we can use this to just summon a bunch of times, and we could pass turn here. You know, it's not that big of a deal. As long as Osti doesn't die, we're fine. Let's use the Soul Pluses, which are actually very good. Okay, the Claw might have been a good card to pick up. I don't know, dude. So let's do this, I guess, and then we're gonna probably summon, or we could technically draw some more cards. We did get this, which is kind of nice. I guess we're not gonna summon with the X cost. And now this is 15 HP, so it will survive. We're gonna deal 24, and yeah, okay, it's looking pretty great. I don't even need to use any of the potions probably. That is looking very promising, guys. We ended up going for 100 HP Osti in the first fight, which is actually not bad. Pot of Ghosts is incredible. Add 2 souls into your hand. I really love this, and I'm gonna need to drop something here. Actually, I guess we can get rid of this one, and now we're gonna add a card. Let's see. Shared Fate is not a good card considering we lose a lot of strength. Also we have these cards, but these are again defect cards. For some reason we get defect cards and it makes us get less of the good stuff for Necrobinder. Anyways, let's just skip it and continue to Act 2. Hopefully we're gonna see a good encounter here. Add 2 copies of Relax. I don't really love this. It's nice, but it's not phenomenal for our deck. Chaos Claw and Channel Defense with Goopy. I don't care about that, and we're gonna go for the Blood because it just gives us an extra card. It's not anything too exceptional, but it is kind of cool. I am confident enough to fight elite enemies now, so we're gonna go to the middle, I guess, something like this to this side, or maybe to the right. Actually, let's go to the right because there are more normal enemies there. Let's see how it goes. Now this guy is gonna steal a card. Hopefully he steals one of the bad cards, so I am able to just get a free remove. You know, I'm kind of greedy about it. I don't need to use any of the potions, but you know, whatever. Yeah, of course he's gonna take a good card. Dude, every time I play against this guy, he steals some of my good cards. Tiny mailbox, not really what I'm looking for. I'll take it, but you know, we're not gonna rest a lot, to be honest. I'm just gonna smith cards because we're doing pretty alright, you know. Our new relic is Kusarigama, and this is actually an incredibly powerful relic for us. I feel like this is just gonna be easy mode. I don't know, dude. It feels a little too easy for me, but I still regret not picking up that claw card. It would have been phenomenal. Power potion, I guess we can drop this for the power potion, and then a shovel, which is even more relics. Funnily enough, we could get even crazier amount of relics. War Pain, the pawn pickup, upgrade to random skills. Alright, we get an upgraded bodyguard. It's nothing too crazy, but it is nice. Attack potion, we're gonna switch it for the power potion, I guess. And Festive Popper, deal AoE damage. I would absolutely love to take this. Alright, let's take on some elite enemies here. I don't need to upgrade any cards. Let's find another relic. Strike Dummy is one of the least good relics, I guess. And now we have our fourth elite enemy here, looking pretty strong actually. So let me just focus a little bit. We're gonna use the summon, and then we're gonna hit one of the middle guy, I guess. It's kind of nice to hit. And then how much damage is this? That's 6, 8, and 10. I guess we gotta block once, and then I guess another time, or actually use the summon. Pardon me, I forgot to use the summon. It would have been better. Anyways though, let me attack now the left guy. We can possibly actually kill it, and yeah, I mean, this is probably gonna be enough, you know. No, it's actually not enough. Oh well, I guess we're gonna need to use this. Let's see what we have. Okay, that's another good Osti card. We're gonna deal some damage, deal with this, and this is gonna be 14 damage. Now we could kill the left one, I guess, but we don't really need to commit too many resources. I guess I can just chill. Okay, we kill the left one, and then we kill the right one. Nice. Let me see what I get. Speed potion, I guess it's fine. Stone Cracker is also really cool, and then we got another card to pick up, and Rato is definitely what I'm looking for. Dude, we have only a couple of card choices so far, but except for the boss one, we got some amazing things. And the next relic is Intimidating Helmet. Whenever you play a card that costs 2 or more, gain 4 block. Okay, I mean, it's kind of alright, I guess. Alright, we got Joe's Paper, which is a nice relic that draws us some cards. And now let's see what the shop has for us. We're absolutely gonna get Sikkim because it's an amazing card. And of course, we can make great use of Turbo, but I really don't want to pick it up because it's not a Necrobinder card. So let me also remove a card here, and we're gonna get rid of a Strike, I guess. Also, we do have a relic for the strikes, but I don't really care. Fire Potion and Gremlin Horn, that gives us more energy whenever an enemy dies. Okay, that's fine. Let's visit the right shop as well. And yeah, it's looking very, very good. So let me just use, first of all, the fetch here. Then we're gonna use the bodyguard. Then the Sikkim. I actually should have used the Sikkim maybe before the fetch, but whatever. Let's also use the Unleash and then the Rato. And oh my god, that's a lot of damage. The build is coming together. Art of War, if you do not play any attacks during your turn, gain an additional energy next turn. That's fine, but we're never gonna use that. Second shop, and we get Poke. I'm absolutely gonna take that. Whenever you saw summon one. Oh, that's actually not bad. We could pick that up, you know, it's a synergistic card. So let's just do that. It's pretty nice. And now we're gonna dig again for another relic, and we got Petting Shield. If you end the turn with at least 10 block, deal 6 damage. Okay, I mean, that's kind of cool. And now we upgraded 3 cards before the boss fight. I don't know, yeah, that's maybe one of the relics, but whatever, we got some cool cards. So let's start with Fetch. Then we're gonna go Devour Life here. We're gonna use the Poke. We're gonna also use the Unleash, and then we're gonna summon a little bit. And let's also use this because why not? Draw 1 fewer cards. I'm actually fine with that considering the amount of souls I have is gonna be huge, and so we're gonna get more cards. We're gonna use the Sikkim here, and then I guess we can use Summon, and then maybe just a Rattle because it's a decent amount of damage. All right, let's use a Fetch again. Let's use a Poke. Let's use Unleash as well, and then 1 defend at the very least, which is gonna cover 20 something damage. Yeah, okay, it's fine. We can summon once. It's okay. 11 damage. All right, so we're gonna draw 3 cards first. Let me get the Sikkim. Let me use also, I guess, the Ratto, and then we're gonna summon once. This should keep the Ostia alive. And yeah, we're looking pretty healthy. Let's use the Fetch, draw a card, get the Poke, use that, and then I guess use this and summon a bunch of times more. We're gonna take 7 damage here because I absolutely need to play more than 3 cards. So we're gonna start by activating the Soul card and the other soul card, get the Fetch, use that, get the Sikkim, get the Poke. I don't think I'm even gonna lose any fights here. Like, dude, this is crazy strong. Now that I think about it, this challenge might have been a little easy, but keep in mind, if I didn't get the right cards, it would have been so much more difficult. I feel like I'm just really lucky with the cards that I'm getting, you know? I just don't see it as being a very easy challenge. It's still on Ascension 0, I do understand that, but I wasn't supposed to get so good synergistic cards so early, you know? That was just not supposed to happen. I guess we're gonna do this, and then we're gonna Unleash, and yeah, that's looking very nice. We almost finished the fight here. Take 8 damage. I don't really care about that because we finish it this turn. Draw, and then use this, that, and we're good to go. All right, second boss with a lot of ease, actually. I didn't really sweat much. Sacrifice. If Ostia is alive, he dies and you gain block. Yeah, okay, I don't think this is... Yeah, I mean, technically, we could gain like 200 HP, but why would we do that, you know? We can use the summon mechanic a lot better than that. Let's see what this will give us. Transform 6 cards into Mo. No, every 4 cards you play, draw. That is phenomenal. Okay, I'm not even gonna read the other one. That is just phenomenal. And now I kind of feel like going to the left and facing an elite enemy, then a shop, and just going for a lot of things. We'll see how it goes. Okay, let's use a Fetch, let's use a Sikkim, let's use the Poke, and then we're gonna summon, and we're gonna use the Rattle because we top decked it, and oh my god, that's a lot of damage, and they do the other Unleash. Okay, excuse, what the, dude, we're too OP for this. Radiant Tincture, nice, and the Repo Basin, if you do not play any attacks, the game for block, I don't care about it. And yeah, let's continue. Another pair, but it didn't give us more max HP, so we can get duplicates that do nothing, I guess. That's interesting to know. I didn't know that, actually. Potion Belt, gain 2 more potions. Nice, thank you. I appreciate that. All right, we're gonna use the potion here, and then let's use the Fetch. Let's use also Sikkim. We're gonna use Poke, and then we're gonna use Unleash, and then we're gonna use an attack, and then we kill everything. Regen, and also another copy of Book of 5 Rings. Yeah, so we can get duplicates here, and it overrides the previous one, apparently. Happy Flower is one that I didn't get previously, so every 3 turns gain an extra energy. That's kind of nice. And let's face another elite enemy here. Let's see how fast we can actually squash these guys. So we're gonna start with the Sikkim as usual, of course. Then we can go for Unleash, and then we can go for Ratto, and then we can protect a little bit. So yeah, also the Poke is nice. Okay, let's use the Soul first, and we get a few cards. Let's use, I guess, Fetch on this guy, draw a card, use the Summon, and then use the Unleash to deal so much damage. And then we're gonna go for the Poke here, I guess, and then we're gonna finish it up, right? Actually, no, it's down to 1 HP, so I misplayed a little bit. Let me just gain some energy because I cannot use Math properly. Now we're gonna use Sikkim, and then we're gonna use a Rattle on the other guy, Bodyguard, and then another copy of Unleash, and then I guess that's really it. Yeah, I just don't see a way how we lose this. Honestly, it's just impossible to lose with this deck. It's just so good. I don't know, maybe I'm just a little lucky with it, but it's just so easy. Meat on the Bone, if your HP is at or below 50% at the end of the combat, heal 12 HP. All right, and then we get these cards. Severance is not that bad, but it is a little expensive, so I don't really want to get it. Let's see the next relic here. Tuning Fork, every time you play 10 skills, gain 7 block. Fine, I guess. Let's visit another shop and see what they have for me. Right hand is obviously gonna be picked up. Dude, you cannot tell me that I'm not getting lucky with these cards. Like, these are insanely good cards for my particular strategy. You cannot get so many of the good cards for Ostia, right? It's not that it's that easy. I just really damn lucky, you know? Yeah, we even get Whetstone to upgrade our new attacks. We have a fully upgraded deck almost, and we're doing phenomenal. Obtain Royal Poison, heal to full HP. No thank you. Lose 11 HP, obtain a random relic. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna take that. At the start of each combat, procure a potion shape. Okay, yeah, that's nice. Okay, Swift Potion. We're gonna have to remove, I guess, this weird potion here and take also the Venerable Tea set, which is again not a bad relic to get. Let's fight the final elite before the final boss. Oh, that's actually one of my favorite elites. I like the way he looks. All right, so we're gonna use right hand here. We're gonna use Bodyguard. Let's also go for the poke, I guess. We're gonna use also Unleash, Rattle, of course, as usual, and then Devour Life, I guess, and pass turn. I actually took some damage by mistake, but it's fine. Let's use Fetch now, Sick'em, Unleash, and also Rattle, which is very nice. That's a lot of damage as well. Alright, we're gonna use this, again, use these cards, Fetch as well for more cards, Sick'em, and then maybe we should have used a little bit of block, but it's fine. 40 damage, we cannot kill him this turn. I guess we gotta use a potion. Let me just draw 3 cards here. Alright, that should do it. Let's use Sick'em and Poke, and then use the Sweeping, and then use also, I guess, Unleash, and then use the right hand again, and then use the Rattle for a lot of damage that I didn't really calculate. Oh my god, that's not looking good at all, guys. I'm gonna take a lot of damage. No, that was a huge mistake. Why did I do that? I got a little too cocky with the calculations. My bad, guys. Yeah, okay, it's fine. Let me just use that and we're good to go. Alright, Mimified hand. Whenever you play a power card, add a random card in your hand, it is free to play. Alright, that's nice. Enemy loses 3 HP, add 3 souls. Oh, I'm actually gonna take that for sure. And here, I guess we gotta rest for our very first time actually, and we get a vulnerable potion, which I love to see, of course, and we get 3 more cards upgraded. So Fetch here we're gonna start with, then we're gonna use a right hand, Sentry mode to get back the right hand, and then we use it again, and then we go for Summon, then we're gonna go for the Capture Spirit, I guess, and then we're gonna use the Unleash. We're gonna also fire off this one for a big, huge swing, and then we're gonna use that. Also, by the way, I forgot to use my power potion. Maybe I would have gotten something out of it, so let's use it now. Yeah, dude. I picked that because I just didn't use my brain at all, and I really love this card. When I played Doom, I didn't even see the other options. Alright, whatever. Let's focus a little bit. We're gonna use this to draw 2 cards. We're also gonna do it, I guess, one more time, but we're gonna start with the poke here. Okay, let's use the Bodyguard. Let's draw 2 more times. That's free to play. Right hand, obviously, and then we're gonna get the, I guess, just another soul maybe, and then we get the Sick'em, which we can also use. Typically, it's a good idea to do that, but I don't know. I feel like maybe I should protect myself a little bit. Yeah, why not? Let's just do this. Oh, actually, no, we're gonna use this, that, and then I really want to use the Rattle, so let's just use that. No protection needed. Okay, we're gonna survive that hit. It's not that big of a deal. Let's also do now Fetch, and then go for Poke, Sweeping Gaze, Unleash. I should have used the Summon, but whatever, it's fine. And yeah, we're looking like, dude, we cannot lose. It's just on easy mode. Alright, well, he has Intelligible, so I cannot do much. Let me just skip this turn. 45 damage. Alright, we're gonna need to be careful here. Let's do this, and then do that, and then do this. And now we have so many draws to go through. Okay, we're gonna use that. We're gonna get even more cards. I am looking for, yeah, Bodyguard is not a bad card to get, but I don't really need to use it that badly. I guess we can just do this and then do that, and that's a buttload amount of damage. And I'm gonna take a huge hit, but Osti is gonna tank all of it because he's a big boy. Yeah, alright, I don't know what I was thinking, but this challenge was just way too easy. Maybe my deck was just way too good, whatever. I had some fun, it was enjoyable, but it wasn't too big of a challenge, to be honest. But look at the amount of relics. We got a buttload amount of relics. I guess we gotta increase the difficulty a little bit the next time we do it. And yeah, if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Check out more challenges that I have that were way more difficult than this one, and have a great day. Hopefully I'll see you next time as well.